another episode of Mark's Mortgage Guide, where we interview the top agents in the industry. We interview different people that are involved in the industry, and then we also answer frequently asked questions by our customers, and just through social media sites and places like that. And one of the top ones that we get, and wanted to address that this week, is what, and you can see the title scrolling across the bottom there, says, what does a listing agent do for a seller? And so many people think, man, it's a big expense, and maybe I should just do it myself. And so and there are companies out there that will allow you to arrange to be on the MLS systems and in realtor.com and all that. But I think it's important that you know what a listing agent does for you and why you really probably want to make this investment versus looking at it as it's an expense. It's an investment into making sure you are priced right and making sure that you're getting eyeballs on the property and utilizing your time the best way you can. Because some of the things that we're going to talk about, and I've always got my cheat sheet over here on the right side, but all these things that we're talking about today, you have to do instead of letting the listing agent do it for you. So anyway, I just want to go through five or so things that they are responsible for, and then help you make the decision on whether or not you want to use them. And if you do want to use them, which we highly recommend, let us know. We know some of the top agents around, and we will hook you up with somebody that has a very good reputation in the area, somebody that we've worked with in the past, or just see them as a well-respected professional in that industry. So, but the first thing that an agent does for you, a listing agent does, is work on the pricing strategy for you. They will do comparable sales. They will look at the market and see if it's on the upswing, is it on the downswing. But a lot of the time that they spent initially is in the strategy of what do we price this house at? Because we could price it, whatever you think, but if the market does not show that that's what the house will sell for, your house will sit on the market longer and longer and longer. And the longer it sits, the fewer buyers that are going to get engaged with you on that property. Because if you have a property that sits 4 or 5, 6 months, now you start thinking about what's wrong with that property, so I'm just going to go to the next one. So you want to make sure that you and your agent price this thing right, and the agent does a really good job of looking at all the comparable sales and letting you know per square foot, based on what I see in this market, this is what the price should be. And then you may have a lower price that attracts people right away because you want a quick sale, or maybe just a tad above that market price to maybe get a few extra dollars. But that is something that you and the listing agent will go through. Now, what you have to be careful of doing is saying, well, you know what, my kids grew up here, and this was my first house, and this we got married while we were in this house, and all of those are great for you, but they mean nothing to anybody else. So you can't put that in the value of the home. You have to take the emotion out of that situation and realize that, hey, this is a price per square foot that houses are selling for in your neighborhood. So you just got to be careful not to overprice a house. Like I said, because it will mean that your house may sit longer than anything else. Um, Marketing, the marketing that they do for you is they don't just put it in MLS and say, you know, a hope and a prayer. That's the minimum that they do. And if you interview a listing agent that says, yeah, we're just going to put this in MLS, I'm going to put a sign in the yard, we're going to see what happens. You need to you need to run from that agent and find you another one, because there's much more to selling your house than putting it in an MLS and not MLS. Sorry about that, and putting a sign in the yard. They should send out email to all of their agents in their offices and everybody that they know that, hey, this house is coming on the market as of this date. And so if you have any buyers, let's get them in line to come see it. So they don't just put a sign yard and go away. They will actually spend their own money in most cases to do a professional or have a professional photographer come out and maybe do a video. One thing that's really popular now is the drone videos. So they'll go up above your property and around their neighborhood and maybe go over the amenity section like the pool and the tennis courts and things like that. So that's very important that they have a marketing strategy, and you need to talk to them about what all do you do for me once I sign on that dotted line. And if they just say, well, we just go with the MLS, you need to find somebody else. Open houses. Sometimes you'll see agents sponsor open houses, and they want to have maybe a Saturday or Sunday where they'll bake some cookies and have an open house, and they're trying to get as many people through that house as possible. And then they ask for feedback. What do you like? What do you don't like? What do you dislike about this house? Do you feel like it's priced right? Is the painting should it be updated? Should the carpet be updated? So they get all this feedback, and then they'll get back with you, the seller, to let you know, hey, here's the feedback that we're getting from the people that are going through this house, whether it's buyers from other agents bringing buyers through your house, or maybe it's the open houses. But they're going to solicit feedback from anybody that goes into your house to see what you could do better to get this thing sold. So they manage showings and buyer activities. A lot of them have MLS listing, a system that where they'll call in, they'll schedule the showing, and so they manage all of that for you. And then they'll let you know, hey, we got a showing at X date at X time. Be out of the house, get all the lights on. They'll instruct you on what you need to do to make that house pop for that buyer that is coming through. So they'll control and coordinate all the showings, get the feedback that we talked about, and then they also identify the serious buyers versus tire kickers, is what we call them, or casual lookers. Maybe a casual looker wants to come in there and lowball you because they may think that you're in a desperate situation. So the agents will go through those different offers and serious buyers and people that are just kind of wasting your time. They'll also advise you on making sure you're keeping the home show ready. The tough part about listing a home is you have to have this house ready for someone to show at any time. So when you have kids and pets and things like that, it can be kind of a challenge. So you and your agent will work together to say, hey, if we have a showing, give me at least an hour, 2 hours heads up, so I can get my dogs out, I can clean up the house a little bit, and get out of here, because most of the time the listing agent will not want you in the house while people are going through that house. But they'll work with you on doing all of that. And then they have some really good negotiating skills. Listing agents are looking for you to um, get the best at the top dollar. And so they will look at, maybe the market has changed a little bit. They'll look at the different offers that you get, that will, and they'll present them to you. You may have an offer that is the same price, but one offer wants to close sooner than the other. And so they'll go through all of those, normally put them on a spreadsheet or some sort of document, and then present those offers to you, so you can make your decision on which one to go with. They'll also work on getting the inspections scheduled for you as well. Then they'll also look at the buyer strength. Is this pre-approval letter that the buyer has on that offer, is it strong? They'll probably call the lender at that point and say, how strong is this buyer? Because I'm about to take this house off the market for 30 days while this process goes, and I want to make sure that this is a good offer. They've been through underwriting, everything is in good shape there. So they do all of that for you, and then they'll also do some things like appraisal risk. If you're priced too high, and you get a contract on that price, there may be an appraisal risk that it's going to come in low, which means, I have a video on what happens during the appraisal process. What happens if it comes in high, low, right on value, as is, or subject to, and all that. So be sure and listen to that video. But they will let you know, hey, we're going to have some appraisal issues here. You're priced at this, and the value really is probably going to be here. So how are we going to deal with this gap in value versus sales price? And then finally, probably the most important thing that they're involved with is the contract close. So now you have a contract, and now the listing agent is going to be working with the lender, with the title company, coordinating a lot of things that happen during that time. Inspections, if the buyer wants another inspection, they'll have to arrange that and schedule all that, and the listing agent is a part of that. The appraisal coordination, a lot of times the appraiser will reach out to the listing agent, and the listing agent says, okay, you can come on this date. And there again, they'll relay that information to you, and so you can be out of the house and have the dogs and pets put away. So the appraisal coordination, buyer financing process and progress. They want to make sure that the contingencies are being met, and everything is going as planned, because they will have a close date, and you want certain things to be happening at certain point of that timeline. So normally from start to close, 20, 25, maybe 30 days, depending on the market and the number of days it takes to get a survey and appraisal and title work back. So the listing agent coordinates a lot of that information for you as well. They really watch the deadlines and contingencies that I just mentioned. The appraisal contingency, the approval contingency, different contingencies, and they work a lot with the title companies, different lenders, and then they are also working back and forth with the buyer's agent. So you're not having to have conversations with the people that are actually buying your house or the buyer's agent that represents the buyers of your house. You're just dealing with your listing agent, and they handle everything else from there. So a lot of deals, not a lot of deals, but some deals can fall apart during their process if you don't have good agents working on your side. So I'll finish with saying, I mentioned it earlier, but a great listing agent isn't an expense. They are an investment in you getting top dollar for your property and coordinating and managing the process from start to finish. From the time that sign goes in the yard to the time you get the check from your closing, you're going to be working very closely with the listing agent. So it's super important that you interview them and make sure you're comfortable with what they offer, and check their Google reviews. Ask for referrals. Ask around the neighborhood. Hey, have you ever heard of this lady? How did she work with you? Or this guy, how did he work for you? Did the process go smooth? But there again, if we can help in any way, help you get set up with a strong, established listing agent that has a great reputation in the area that you're selling, let us know. We can certainly help you with that. But I guess that's it for now. Remember, if you know of anybody looking to buy, sell, or refinance, we'd love the opportunity to help them. If you want to have a conversation about a listing agent or a buyer's agent, give us a call. My number is 832-504-9014. Or you can reach out to me at mark@nextstephomeloans.com, and we will answer any questions that you have. Or if we don't know the answer, we'll go find it. We believe that we're one of the best lenders around. We also understand we're not one of the biggest. We cannot compete with the big lenders on their marketing budget, but they can't compete with us on our personal one-on-one hands-on service. So if that interests you, give us a call whenever we can help. We'd be glad to do that. So I'll let you go. Thanks for joining us today on Mark's Mortgage Guide, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.